Okay, index number. So before watching this video, you need to read the chapter on inflation and deflation from Shankar Ganesh economy textbook. So my notes are based on that textbook and also from NCRTs. So it will be better for you to understand. So the first one is, what is index number? Index number can be defined as a specialized average designed to measure the relative change in the level of phenomena from time to time. It is basically a reference line, a reference number. So what is price index? Price index is specialized average that measures the changes in prices over a period of time. Then next is general price index or wholesale price index. Wholesale price index is, it measures the changes in the price averages of goods and services. The base year is selected and its index is assumed as 100, and on this basis price index for further periods is calculated. Okay, now consumer price index. Consumer price index measures the average change in prices paid by ultimate consumers for a particular basket of goods and services over a period of time. So, consumer price index actually measures the increase in prices a consumer will have to pay for the designated commodity basket. Now, inflation. Inflation is a persistent and appreciable rise in the general level of prices. So basically, it's a price rise. If today, if the price is 100 rupees, next day it might be 107 rupees. So that increase is called inflation. Now we need to quote whenever you are writing mains answers, you need to quote notes from economic survey. So economic survey of 2008 to 2009 observes inflation as an upward movement in the general prices of goods and services and is estimated at the percentage rate of change in price index over the reference time period. Okay, now measurement of inflation. Measurement of inflation. Inflation is, how is inflation measured? Inflation is measured with the help of a general or wholesale price index in India. The percentage of rise in the price index of a particular period from previous price index is the rate of index. So when we are comparing from 2020 to 21, so 20, when the year is 2020, that prices may be at 100, and in 2021 that price may have increased by say by 7 rupees. So the percentage increases, the inflation is 7 percentage, like that we can say. Okay, but now that was wholesale price index was used earlier, but currently what we are doing, but now inflation is calculated based on consumer price index. So these two are called headline inflation. Okay, wholesale price index is the change in price of commodities supplied in the wholesale market. The price for manufactured products are taken at X factory price, for minerals at X mines, and for agriculture produce at Mandi price. Mandi, you know, the market where agriculture products are sold. Okay, indirect prices are excluded from the price. Now, WPI food index. These are just terms, just listen to it, that's better. The authority responsible for compilation and release of WPI food index is who? The Office of Economic Advisor, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Who? The Office of Economic Advisor, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. Now, types of inflation. First one is creeping inflation. Creeping inflation, the price rise is at a very slow rate, like that of a snail or a creeper. Is called creeping inflation. It is regarded as safe and essential for economic growth. So another question that can be asked is, or that I can ask you, is inflation good? Inflation, like at a slow rate, inflation is good. It's actually an evidence or an example that the country is growing. Walking or truthing inflation. Okay, price rise moderately at the ratio of 3 to 7 percentage or less than 10 percentage is called walking or throttling inflation. This is a warning signal to the government to be prepared to control inflation. If the inflation crosses this range, it will have serious implications on the economy and individuals. Now, running inflation. Running inflation, it means price rises rapidly, like the running of a horse at the rate of 10 to 20 percentage. It affects the economy adversely. Now, hyperinflation or runaway or galloping inflation. The price rises very fast at double or triple digit rate by about how much? 20 to 100 percentage. It is called hyperinflation. In Lebanon and in some African countries, the amount of inflation is huge. Okay, so we can say it's something above hyperinflation also. Now, what are the effects of inflation? Effects of inflation are expensive food products. Consumers buy less, like the price is increasing. Naturally, we will tend to buy less amount of things. Okay, sell at high prices. Okay, for the merchants, they may be buying at lower rate. Once the inflation hits the market, they have to sell it at high prices. Now, buy vegetables on credit. We may not be having money with us, so we need to buy food products at. We need to have borrow money to buy food products, buy less quantity. That we have said. Okay, vegetable damage due to the consumers will be less for the products, food products, so they can get damaged naturally. Okay. Now, inflation indexed bonds. What are inflation indexed bonds? This question can be asked. Okay. If the interest varies with inflation, that is, if inflation is 10%, the interest rate shall be adequate to compensate for this 10%. The interest rate may be 10% or more. This type of bonds are called inflation indexed bonds. We will discuss bonds and all later, but just get an idea. It's actually a certificate that a government or a company gives to the people, and in return of this certificate, it's a guarantee, kind of guarantee that you are taking, say, 10,000 rupees from the customer, and as a security, you are giving this certificate to that person, and we will be paying back the amount with interest. So, if the inflation is going, say the interest rate is 7%, if inflation goes like 10%, what will happen? After 1 year, the person will be having a loss of 3%, right? So, in order to avoid that, we have inflation indexed bonds. Okay. Now, measures to control inflation. First one is credit control. The amount of lending activity that is done, you can control it. If inflation is happening, if we lend out more money, inflation to some extent it can be controlled. Demonetization of currency. Another example which I don't need to explain much of. Issue of new currency in the case of Iran. Okay, in the case of Iran, you know what happened? I don't know exactly the name of the currency, but I think it's Thoran or something. Okay, and earlier it had, I think, dinar. Say, as an example, say dinar. I am not sure about the name of the currency. So what happened? Earlier it was dinars, and when the US imposed sanctions on Iran, what happened? The value of dinar fell. So what the government did is that uh, they introduced a new currency called Thoran. Okay, it's a hypothetical name. I don't know. I didn't look into the correct name of the currency. So they introduced a new currency in such a way that one Thoran is equal to 10,000 dinar, something like that. Okay, what happened? The amount of money that is circulating will get reduced. Okay, so people tend to the value of Iran currencies hypothetically increasing to some extent. For the people, it tends like the Iran is currently in a stable position. Okay, if it is affecting the economy, we don't know. If it is good for the people, we don't know. It's we can say it's more like a political stunt. Okay, but we need to wait and watch what happens. Now, fiscal measures. Okay, that is, one is reduction in unnecessary expenditure. Second is increase in direct taxes. What are direct taxes? Our income taxes and all. Income taxes. Decrease in indirect taxes. What is this? GSTs. Okay, when the price say 100 rupees is there, 20% is indirect taxes or GST. If the government reduces it by 5 rupees, what happened? The price of the 100 rupees will become 95 rupees. Okay, people will buy more. Then surplus measures, trade measures, all these things are there. Then administrative measures. Administrative measure, rational wage policy. As the inflation increases, what happened? The government should say that more wages should be provided. Then price control should be there. Sometimes hoarding can happen, right? Hoarding is the merchants can hoard the goods within their godowns. So we can the government can control it. Rationing. Rationing is another example. Now we have discussed inflation. So related to inflation, there are some other terms also. What are they? They are deflation. Deflation is an opposite to that of inflation. The persistent and appreciable fall in the general level of prices is called deflation. The rate of change of price index is negative. In inflation, the case of inflation, it is positive. In the case of deflation, it is negative. Now another one is reflation. Reflation is, it means deliberate action of the government to increase the rate of inflation. What happened? The economy is not moving. So in order to stimulate, in order to revive the economy, this thing is done, that reflation. It is usually done to redeem the economy from deflationary situations. Disinflation. The rate of inflation at a slower rate is called disinflation. For example, if the inflation rate of last month was 6%, the rate of inflation in the current month is 5%. It is termed as disinflation. Now we need to look at another important term, that is Phillips curve. Phillips curve, it shows the relationship between inflation and unemployment. So on the y-axis we have inflation rate, and on the x-axis we have unemployment rate. So when inflation is high, unemployment is 3%. When it is 5%, inflation is 5%. What happened? Unemployment rate is 3%. And when inflation decreases, when the inflation reduces, we can say current kind of like the productivity is decreasing. So unemployment will also increase. Okay. Now stagflation refers to another term is stagflation. Stagflation refers to a situation of coexistence of stagnation or inflation in the economic. Stagnation means low national income growth and high unemployment. That the country's economy is stagnant. It's not growing. At the same time also, the unemployment rate is also high. And another base effect refers to the phenomena of the current year index being influenced by very low or high base period index. These are just terms for preliminaries and all. Okay. So with that, I conclude the topic on inflation and deflation. So I hope today's topic was productive for you guys. Until next time, we meet again. God bless you all. Jai Hind.